Good morning, friends. This is Ronald Chaglan. I'll be taking you through research methods alongside Dr. Katono. Dr. Katono. We had this introduction, but some of the groups missed out due to network issues, so I decided to have a rerun. So I'm going to move through the slides a bit faster today because we've already done this, but for the case or for the sake of those who never attended the lecture or who were on and off, I've decided to look at it again. Okay, so we're introducing research. Okay, I'll always remind you that research is a daily event. We do research on a daily basis. I'm very sure all of us have ever researched. We might have done it when we were still young, and actually at times we do research unknowingly. Okay, so it's characterized by selectivity, and then that first word, common sense, flawed thinking, with a focus often around personal decisions. Okay, that's the kind of research we do on a daily basis. You want to find out something, and you be there, and then you see someone with a wig, and in your heart you're like, what can happen in case I like this person's hair? Can it go into friends? At times we think in regards to common sense or things which come, and this focus is usually on our personal decisions. That's the common research we do, the one we do on a daily basis. But this kind of research kind of differs from the scholarly research, the one we are going to look at in this course unit, and even in the future as we do our dissertations, and one we've made in academics. Okay, so like I've said, we've been doing research, we do research, we've been doing research, etc. But the kind of research we do on a daily basis differs a bit from the scholarly research. We're going to see why and how. And so scholarly research is theory-based, it's systematic, planned, objective, and is based on scientific method. That's the scholarly research. You follow a certain order, you have a plan in place, you do objective, you talk about objectivity and subjectivity, and it's to be based, or it's based on scientific methods. We are going to see research as a science. So I can now declare you a science. From today onwards, just know you're doing a science. So the scientific method is simple and systematic and logical approach to carrying out research. Systematic means research is a step-by-step event. There are some steps you can't reach before doing other steps. And it can be defined as a method of acquiring knowledge involving and applying rigorous skepticism. Okay? So let's define research as a scholarly element. So you can say that research is a planned and systematic process of collecting, assembling, analyzing, and interpretation of data or information for a specifically defined purpose. You can underline that last part, specifically defined purpose. We'll see that when you're carrying out research, you have a purpose and there's something disturbing. There's a reason as to why you're doing a certain thing. So you plan systematically, you collect, you assemble, you analyze, and interpret information. Specifically defined purpose. When you're carrying out research, you have a purpose, a reason as to why you're looking out for information. And we'll see how do you come up with this purpose, how do you come up with a research problem. Look at it. The purpose of research. Why we carry out research? And the purpose of conducting research is to answer a particular research question. or problem. There is something disturbing you. There will always be something which will tickle you into doing research.
Any questions for me?
Yeah. The problem could be you're seeing a lot of frauds in banks. Yeah. Maybe it has happened to you, it has happened to a friend or anyone, and you're trying to ask yourself, why is this like so? What can be done about this? Do banks know about this fraud? If they know, what have they done? So you go on and carry out research about the system. And you may be interested in knowing whether attending classes actually has any advantage, and whether it affects performance. Someone will tell you, I can perform even without attending classes. So you ask your question, is there a relationship between attending classes and performing for performance? Yeah. So with that in mind, you go on and carry out research. We'll see whether you can answer every question that comes in your mind. There are some research questions which could be in your mind, but can you research about each and everything in your mind? We'll see that. Okay, so we'll say you answer your question or problem, yeah, through gathering information. Okay, in just a minute. Members, Nikki, you can research about why some people can you research about why some people talk more than others? Can that be a researchable area? I would say that there are some questions you could have or problems, but when actually you can't research about, then we'll look at that under the components or under the characteristics of scientific research. So the scientific method, we've said research is a science and it follows a scientific method. Let's try to understand research as a science. So you're saying scholarly research is based on the scientific method, which involves defining a purpose. Like you said, the first thing is you have a purpose, and there's a reason as to why you're carrying out your research. You have a purpose. There's something you want. Maybe there's a question you want to answer. There's a problem you want to solve. Okay. You're stating or you state testable assertions about an issue. Those are the hypotheses. I will talk more about the hypothesis. Yeah. But in most cases, we have some things you state, some assertions you have about a phenomenon. It requires testing. For instance, my assertion would be that attending classes has no relationship with performance. That's an assertion you can test. Okay. So that means you can go on, collect data, analyze, and you see if that is true or whether indeed attending classes does not have an effect on performance. Okay. So as a scientific method, research requires stating a method of gathering data. How are you going to gather information? You've said you need information to answer the questions. But what methods do you use to gather the information? They should be clearly stated. Are you going to use interviews? Are you going to give out a questionnaire? Are you going to meet people in groups? Okay. And then you talk about how to analyze and interpret information. Yeah, we'll see that the way you analyze quantitative data is different from how you analyze qualitative. Of course, here I'm talking about qualitative and quantitative, and someone may be wondering what is qualitative and then what is quantitative. Yeah, we'll talk about this in the future. We'll see that we have two broader approaches to research, which are quantitative and qualitative. Yeah, with quantitative, we are talking about the numbers. Yeah, we are going to or to understand the characteristics of our elements, quantitative or numerical. Yeah, the opposite is where you just have narrations, you use words, you use expressions, which is the qualitative approach. Yeah, but you have a clear understanding of the difference between qualitative and quantitative research. Yeah, as a science, research has conclusions. You make conclusions based on the findings you've had, you draw conclusions, and after you disseminate or you share your results. Research methodology. Research methodology. So methodology refers to the procedure that is to be followed in order to execute a research. It's like a blueprint for your research process, how you're going to get the data, the information from who, and how you're going to execute it and everything. Yeah, so in general, it's a procedure and rules that are followed in a specific study, discipline, or field of. And there are some procedures you have to follow. There are some rules. Remember, we've said this is a science. And this is the key difference we have between our research and the research we do at home. Yeah, that research a baby does, where he or it tests or it checks to see if fire really burns. Actually, that is research. The first research you want to see if fire can burn. Yeah, that is also research. But the difference between that research and our square research is this research has to follow a certain procedure and rules.
How much?
Yeah, it's generally, or it is generally by scientists that all research will follow general agreed logical steps. Okay, we will look at these steps broadly in our next lecture. Yeah, the steps which have to be followed through the research process: problem formulation, research hypothesis, research designs, data collection, and data analysis. Okay, we'll talk about each of these in more details. Yeah, let's look at the nature of research. So we've had a simple brief about what research is all about. Yeah, but I'm very sure based on the little we've seen, by now you have something in mind about what the nature of research could be. Yeah, so the nature of research is primed, systematic, objective, theory-based, and not haphazard. It depends on scientific methods. It's deductive or inductive. It's designed for and serves a particular purpose. All these have come or have been reflected in what we talked about earlier. Yeah, the nature of research. You plan. You just don't wake up one day. You have to plan how you're going to do your research, how you're going to find out about phenomena. That's something which is disturbing you, which can't make you sleep. It's systematic, step by step. Objective meaning that you're going to based on facts or conclusions. We don't accept feelings to draw conclusions. Yeah, based on feelings. You can't test hypotheses based on feelings. It has to be objective and based on a theory or the ground of knowledge. Dimensions of research. And this refers to the major types of research depending on certain criteria. So you have different types of research. Yeah, but these types depend on the criteria a person is using to understand research. Okay? So when you go out and read, you'll find people define research differently. Please don't be confused. There are several definitions of research or categories of research. And these depend on the criteria a person is using. So here we have three criteria you can use. One, the way research is used, how you're going to use research. And under this, we can categorize research into applied and basic. We'll talk more about this, but when we talk about applied, it's where we use research to solve practical problems. Whereas basic, it's just carry out research to add on knowledge, to get more knowledge about something or about a phenomenon. Whereas for applied, after getting information, you have to use that information to solve a practical problem. Yeah, whereas for basic, you just carry out your research and after leave it at that, you generate more knowledge and leave it. And like the one you will do in your cards. Yeah, you just research to find out more about the phenomenon and leave it at that. But with applied, you have to go a step further and use the information. So, for instance, if you find out what causes you are interested in knowing what causes poverty in urban settings. With basic research, you go carry out research and you add your knowledge about the same. And you get information, you know them, you know the causes, and then you start boasting, I know what causes poverty, I know what causes poverty. But with applied, after doing that, you go a step further. Use what you found out and you solve the problem of poverty. in a particular area, and then the purpose of the study. So you can also categorize research based on the purpose of the study and the reason as to why you're carrying out the study. One is to be exploratory. You're trying to explore, and we use this mainly in virgin areas, if I may say, areas which have not been researched about a lot. So you want to explore to know more about the field which few research has been done. Then you have descriptive. Then you're trying to know about the way about a phenomenon. Yeah, but of course descriptive, there you won't be able to answer the question of why. You can't answer that question. And then explanatory. At times you want explanation or you seek for explanation as a purpose. So that can be all that falls under the explanatory research. And then the other criteria you can base on is the time element. And under this we have the cross-section and then cross-section is that kind of research whereby you study a phenomenon at a point in time. Okay. You study BBA students, let's say in I study them today and I don't follow them up. Without longitudinal, whereas with longitudinal studies, you study a phenomenon and then you follow it up. Maybe I study the BBA students in the first semester, I study them again in second semester, their second year, and so on and so forth, and I see how they've been changing over time. Those are longitudinal studies. But if I study them at a particular point in time, let's say just in one semester, and I don't follow them up, it's a cross-sectional study. So these are some of the types of research you'll find. Okay? Yeah, but please don't be confused. They may be that like, just know these types depend on those criteria given. Okay? If it's used, then we have applied of this purpose, exploratory, descriptive, and time element, cross-sectional, function. Yeah, so now this is here we talk more about them. I've talked about applied research. It seeks to tailor knowledge to specific practical problem.
Your assets.
It can be used to solve a placing problem, seeks to tailor knowledge to a specific problem, address a specific policy issue. It can be used to solve a pressing social problem, like managing waste material from businesses. So you carry out research about that, and then you use your findings to manage that problem. Yeah? Applied research provides the practical results that can be used in the short term. The consumers of applied research results are practitioners, business, and other organizations. These are the consumers of the research. Like after doing your research, in case it's applied research, then these practitioners can use your results or findings to solve a problem. For instance, if we find out that managing what makes it hard to manage waste, then you can take those results to the municipal, and then those people can use it to improve on waste management. Probably you've carried out research on bookkeeping and its relevance, and then you found out some good things about why bookkeeping should be applied in business. Then you can share those results with the business people, and then they use those findings to practically put in place what you found out.
So applied. Go through these slides again.
Okay. It has several types: evaluation research, action research. Okay. Yeah. So evaluation here, this answers the question: does it work? Yeah, it's found mainly in organizations to examine whether the program or strategy is effective. Yeah, so in case there's a program, like for instance, you have Wangusa. So if you want to see if that thing is really working, then you can have an evaluation research. You would evaluate the project. So that research will not only stop at what you found out, but rather they will put those findings in place to improve on the program. Okay. Let's take our first action research. Okay, then we have, let's move on. Types, we are still looking at the types. You can read those other types Basic research. Yeah? Research aimed at understanding social reality, also known as academic research. It's conducted in higher education institutions. It advances fundamental knowledge about the world. It focuses on refusing or supporting theories. It's the kind of research we mainly do at the university in your third year. Yeah, the academic research. You either refuse or accept the theory. You don't go further. You only stop at that. And either saying this theory works or it doesn't. You don't apply maybe in real life. Only leave it at that. You just generate more knowledge about the phenomenon. And you leave it at that. The purpose of the study as criteria. Yeah. These are the other types as per the purpose. Exploratory. The researcher aims at formulating more precise questions that can be answered by future researchers. So this may not yield definite answers, yeah, but it can serve as a basis for future researchers. And we've said we can do this mainly in those fields which are still value. Oh yeah, few research has been carried. Oh, for instance, we have this issue of COVID. I guess few research has been done. So you can go on and do exploratory research and form a basis for other future researchers. So you're saying this frequent uses qualitative approaches. Since you're trying to explore more, you will talk more, you will have more closer contact with the people where you get the expressions, you get narrations from them, etc. Rather than just using numbers, sending out a questionnaire they tick. Descriptive. And the researcher presents a picture of the specific details of a phenomenon. The concept is to describe rather than provide explanation. It focuses on how and who questions. It is a series of techniques in which survey, content analysis, etc. So with the descriptive research, you can answer questions. It focuses mainly on those questions of how and who. How to improve something. Okay. How to solve something altogether, who caused this, who is responsible for this, and so on and so forth. And so it just describes the phenomenon, but you will not provide further explanations. And so now that means if you want explanation, then you can seek out for explanatory research. In explanation, yeah, this answers the question of why. Why is this happening like this? Okay? Why is it that some people are rich and others are poor? Okay? So this kind of research looks for causes and reasons. Remember, you're asking yourself why. That means you're looking out for reasons or what causes certain phenomenon. So that means if you're looking for causes and reasons, right, you can label that research as explanatory research. Of course, we use this mainly even in social life when you're asking your partners for some reasons. Why they no longer take your calls? Why they no longer leave enough money at home? So you can do research actually, and that research will be explanatory research. Why is it that this person nowadays, my friend, behaves like this? The one who used to give me or to share with me the clothes, she no longer does so. So as a researcher, you can find reasons as to why the person is behaving like that. So research is that practical that you can even try it out, but we don't call it scientific unless it follows all the procedures of scientific research. Time elements as a criteria. I talked about this cross-sectional. Looks at a single point in time, is a snapshot of a situation, cannot capture a certain process or change. This can look at change. Remember, I said with cross-section, looking at a phenomenon, a single point in time. I look at BBA students, BPM students at a point in time. A point could be I'm looking at you in this, probably how you're behaving in this period, this semester. Okay. So if you have a change in the coming semesters, I will not be able to track that, because me, I will have just taken a snapshot of your behavior in this particular period of time. I will not follow you up. I'll only study you at a particular point in, meaning I won't be able to track in case there's any change or in the social processes happening in your life. I'll not be able to track all that. So I'll have looked at you only at a point in time. So the opposite of cross-sectional research is longitudinal research. For which it can track change. Yeah, like I said, analog longitudinal, you study an element over a period of time. It could be over the entire course. So a person looks at, observes how you're changing from semester 1. Maybe you used to put on very long dresses. Semester 2, you start to reduce, you start making up. Second semester, you start abusing lecturers, you don't come to class. Third day semester, you get lost. So a person can track you over a period of time and can observe the changes maybe in your social life. But with the cross-section, I would just look at it and I'm like, wow, these students are too nice. These competing students are wonderful. But if I do a longitudinal study, I can see how your behavior changes. Okay, here we're talking about theory and research. We're saying a theory is a generalized formulation containing the position that is held in a given sort of facts or situation. Like we said, research as a science works with theory. Okay. It works with the concept ideas, which are based on an agreed upon theory, and sometimes generate theories and hypotheses. Like we said, under academic research, you can support operative theories. You can come up with your own theory, okay, or contribute to the downfall of a theory. Theories provide an explanation, a prediction, and a generalization about the world. So here, I will ask you to go and think of the theories. The ones you started hearing in primary. Let's think of theories. Yeah? Let them be in line with your course. If you're a student of accounting and finance, what theories are underlying? Probably which can be a basis for your research. Please let's go and think about some theories, but let them be in our fields. Exercise. I guess you've already done this exercise. I'm very sure you've done it, but now you've submitted. Thank you very much. So our next presentation is going to be on the research process. This was a bit brief, I was a bit faster because we had already done this. But I got complaints from some people that they missed the lecture, the network was on and off, so that's why I've just gone through it very fast. And so I'll be sending another presentation on the research process. Those steps we follow while carrying out research. Okay, but for this lecture, please have a nice